have a couple of writing tips for you today in terms of getting feedback. And these are things that I haven't heard anyone else say before in quite this way. I was talking to the writer Paul McVeigh of The Good Son and the short story collection I Hear You. And he was talking about how he got feedback on his original short stories way back when he was writing for the BBC. This was before he wrote for the BBC, but while it was kind of all brewing. So the first thing he was talking about was how lots of people in general, we think, I've got a novel, I want feedback on it, asking people if they can read your book. Of course, the problem with this is that while the novel might be your baby, for anyone else, it's a huge undertaking to do. And so they're very likely to say no. And of course, particularly in Paul's case, because he was talking about BBC short stories and producers, he was talking about very busy people who may really want to read your work because they're interested, but they literally can't because they don't have time. So Paul's tip was to not ask people if they can read your novel. His tip was to say, can you read half a page? And then provide them half a page. You know, go into it not thinking, oh, can you just read that? Oh, and then giving them your whole novel. Giving them half a page, because half a page takes 1 to 2 minutes to read. And I mean, that's if you're close reading it and really kind of going into it. People can't say no to that. Not really, because it is only 1 or 2 minutes. So that is the first tip. The second tip was how we're always thinking what people can do for us. And I mean, this does link into that first tip of, can you read my entire novel? Think about what you can do for them. So Paul's example was quite simple, really. He said to this BBC radio producer who he now knew, how about I take you for a cake and coffee and maybe I can ask you for some tips? So a cake and coffee is a really nice idea, and the BBC radio producer said yes. He was able to ask her tips, and later this led to him interviewing her for his blog, and it's a blog post that still gets loads and loads of views today because it's evergreen and people still want to know the information. So if you want to hear more from Paul, it's in episode 125 of my podcast and it's out now.